Okay, so this is the how-to on your Excel mini project that we're going to be working on. Okay, so our project is that we are going to be, let me get all this stuff out of the way. There we go. So we're going to be calculating semester averages, like for real though, like that you can actually use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add another tab. This is just my math class worksheet that I've been working on. So we did screen size last time for Excel Basics Part 4. I'm going to add a little sheet, and I'm going to call it grades. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to rename it grades, or you could call it semester grades. Okay, so the basic idea is that our grades are weighted, and we're also on a 9-week grading period in case you're not in Humble ISD and you happen to be watching this. So we have, for our semester grade, we have a first 9 weeks and a second 9 weeks, or like if you're in the second semester, it would be third and fourth. And our first 9 weeks is worth 40%. Let me go ahead and type this out. So our first 9 weeks is worth 40%. And I'm going to go ahead and put the percent because in Excel will format it for me when we start doing math. Okay. This is our second 9 weeks is also worth 40%. And our final exam is worth 20. So that's how our semester grade is calculated. So then, let's see. I'm going to put a grades tab up there. This is the grading period. This is the weight. Those are the grades. So you're going to be calculating your semester average. I would put a title up here. You can format that how we normally format it. You're going to do things two ways. The first one is you're going to calculate your semester average if you know all of the grades. Like you know your first 9 weeks grade, you know what your second 9 weeks average was, and you know what you got on the final. And then you're going to calculate semester average. So merge that. So if I got a 90 here, an 85 here, and a 78 on my final, then I'm going through this really fast because we've already done it. I'm just showing you how it's set it up. So we know that our semester average is, we multiply our weight times our grade and we add those up, right? So this would be this times this plus this times this. You could even do that ahead of time, but I'm just going to put it all like that. So you could, if you wanted to, you could do this times this and put it in a separate column, and then this would just be the sum of those columns. Okay, that's my semester average if I do it that way. Now for your project, you're going to want to make all of this clear. So you would want to highlight your input cell so I know where the inputs are, and maybe make a note. So green means input. Okay, so this is the first point, or the first part of your thing, is you're going to calculate your semester average if you know the grades. The second part of it is the main question that I get every semester is, well, what do I need to get on my final if I want this grade? So what do I need on my final? So also helps to spell things right, but you know. Okay. So in this case, instead of doing it like this and adding this, what we have to do is we have to rework this. So this is like our semester grade. I'm going to put a note of this for the formula. My semester grade is, it's my weight 1 times grade 1 plus weight 2 times grade 2 plus final weight times final. So this was weight 1 times grade 1, weight 2 times grade 2, final weight times the final. Well, that works fine for this, but when we're wanting the final, we got to get the final by itself. So in this case, what we would do is we would subtract both of these from both sides, and then we would divide by the final weight. So our final average, our final grade exam that we need is going to be, you need to put this in parentheses when we're putting this in. So semester grade minus weight 1 grade 1 minus weight 2 grade 2, close parentheses, and then divided by your final weight. So that's the final so these are the two formulas that we use, right? This is the formula for the semester average. This is the formula when we work it around to find out what grade we want. So the first thing we need is our inputs. So I'm going to call this my input section. So I want to know my first 9 weeks grade. I want to know my second. And in this instance, I want to know what semester average you want. So let's see, I'm going to merge and center that. I don't want to expand the whole row or the whole column because then everything's going to be funky. So I'm just going to expand all of these and I'm going to line them up this way, all of them. That way it's just kind of uniform. So in this case, so I also want my weights. Okay, so I know my first 9 week grade is 90. And if I wanted to, I could even use this as my only input and then just have my desired semester average as the other input. And all I have to do is input my grades once. Let's do that. So desired average. And actually, I'm going to move these down. That makes more sense. Move this up. Okay, so my desired average, let's say I want an A. If I want an A, then an A is a 90 or above in our school. I'm going to put this in green because that's it. That's that. Okay, so for this one, my first 9 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and unmerge this. I don't really need it merged anymore. Okay, so wait. So we know this is 40%. We know this is 40%. And then my final, I know is 20%. I'm just going to put these here. I'm not going to change anything on it. I'm just going to put it here just because that's what we're going to use. And so then what I'm going to do, so this is the only input I need for this section. I'm going to use these inputs that I put up here, except for the final exam, and I'm going to use that in my calculation. So final exam needed. This is where my calculation is going to be. I'm going to merge and center those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this formula. So I'm going to go equals, open parentheses. I want the semester grade that I want, minus this times my first 9 weeks. So I'm just going to click right back up there. We already have it. Minus weight 2, which is this one, times second 9 weeks. Divided, we're going to close parentheses, and now we're going to divide by our final weight. So I'm going to click right there. If I hit enter, so if I want an A, if I have a 90 and an 85, if I want an A, then I need a 100 on my final. Let's say I only wanted to pass. Then I could get a 0 on my final and still pass. What if I wanted a B? So I could put an 80 in there, and it would tell me I only need a 50. That's it. So you can also work this around. You can say, okay, well, if I got a 90 and an 85, if I got a 0 on my final, what would I get? My final average would be a 70. So this is basically what you're doing. So you have one part that just that calculates your semester average based on your grades and the final grade. And the next part, what do I need on my final? This is, you have your grade that you want and you're calculating what you need on your final. So that takes what you want and the grades that you already input, and it tells you what you need. Now I would bold these. I would do how we always do, like there's your answer, here's another answer. Make it look nice. You have to have your logo. It's part of it's required. You're going to be given points for that. You want to make it all look professional, like all the things that we've been doing, like doing that, underlining it, all these things that we've been doing, you're going to need to do. It's just that now it's a test grade. Yay, Excel mini project.